Caitlin Clark is a force of nature. She's a once-in-a-generation talent, a player whose skills and charisma have captivated fans and analysts alike. Her ability to control the game, her court vision, and her scoring prowess make her a standout in every sense of the word. Her impact on women's basketball is undeniable. From her college days to her professional career, Clark has consistently drawn attention and admiration. Her performances have not only elevated her teams, but have also brought a new level of excitement to the sport. Nowhere was this more evident than in her ability to sell out the Indiana Fever's preseason game in Iowa. The anticipation for this game was through the roof, and fans were eager to see her in action once again. The game was against the Brazilian national team, a formidable opponent that promised an exciting matchup. The international flair added an extra layer of intrigue to the event. It was a preseason matchup, yet it sold out in under 40 minutes. This rapid sellout was a clear indication of Clark's immense popularity and the high expectations surrounding her. This was the Caitlin Clark effect in full force. Her presence alone was enough to draw massive crowds and generate buzz. Clark, the former University of Iowa superstar, had returned to her home state. Her college career was nothing short of spectacular, and her return was a homecoming that fans had eagerly awaited. She was drafted by the Indiana Fever as the #1 pick, a testament to her exceptional talent and potential. The Fever saw in her a player who could change the trajectory of their franchise. The excitement surrounding her arrival was palpable. Fans from all over were eager to see what she would bring to the team and how she would perform on the professional stage. Fans were eager to witness her dazzling skills in person. They had followed her journey and were now ready to support her in the WNBA. They snatched up tickets at an astonishing rate. The demand was so high that many were left scrambling to find a way to attend the game. The speed of the sellout shocked many. It was a clear sign that Caitlin Clark was not just a player but a phenomenon. It was a testament to Clark's drawing power. Her ability to attract fans and generate excitement was unparalleled. She had become a global icon. Her influence extended beyond the United States, reaching fans and aspiring athletes around the world. Her talent transcended the sport. Young girls everywhere looked up to her, imitating her moves and dreaming of following in her footsteps. She was a phenomenon that captivated audiences everywhere. Her appeal was universal, cutting across age, gender, and geography. This preseason game was just the beginning. It was a preview of the excitement and energy that Caitlin Clark would bring to the WNBA. It was a sign of things to come. The anticipation for her debut season was building, and fans couldn't wait to see her in action. Caitlin Clark was ready to take the WNBA by storm. Her preparation, determination, and skill set her apart as a player to watch. The basketball world was watching. All eyes were on Caitlin Clark as she embarked on this new chapter of her career, ready to make her mark and inspire the next generation of players. The demand for tickets to the Indiana Fever game was unlike anything Iowa had ever seen before. Fans from all over the state and beyond were eager to witness this historic event. The buzz around the game was palpable, with conversations about it dominating social media and local news outlets. People were willing to go to great lengths to secure their spot in the stadium. Initially, tickets were only available to Iowa club members and donors. This exclusive access was meant to reward the most dedicated supporters of the team. These early birds had the advantage of securing their tickets before the general public even had a chance. This was a common practice for high-demand events. It ensured that those who had consistently supported the team were given priority. However, this also meant that the general public had to wait anxiously for their turn, hoping that tickets would still be available. It ensured that the most loyal supporters had first access. These fans had been with the team through thick and thin, and their dedication was being rewarded. The atmosphere among these early ticket holders was electric, filled with anticipation and excitement. However, the demand far outstripped the supply. The limited number of tickets available quickly became a source of frustration for many. As soon as the tickets were released to the general public, they were snapped up in a matter of minutes. Tickets sold out almost instantly. The frenzy was unlike anything seen before, with fans refreshing their browsers and standing in long lines, all in the hope of securing a ticket. The speed at which the tickets disappeared was a testament to the game's significance. Fans who missed out were left scrambling. Desperation set in as they searched for any possible way to attend the game. Social media platforms were flooded with pleas for tickets, and community boards were filled with requests and offers. They searched for alternative ways to attend the game. Some turned to friends and family, hoping someone had an extra ticket. Others looked to ticket resellers and even scalpers, willing to pay a premium to be part of the event. Resale platforms became flooded with listings. Prices skyrocketed. The secondary market saw tickets being listed at exorbitant prices, sometimes 10 times their original value. Fans were faced with the tough decision of whether to pay these inflated prices or miss out on the game. Fans were willing to pay exorbitant amounts to witness history. The allure of seeing Caitlin Clark in action was too strong to resist. For many, the experience was worth every penny, and they were willing to make significant sacrifices to be there. Some tickets were being sold for 10 times their face value. The resale market was booming, with tickets changing hands at unprecedented rates. This only added to the hype and excitement surrounding the game. This frenzy illustrated the incredible excitement surrounding Caitlin Clark's return to Iowa. Her presence on the court was a major draw, and fans were eager to see her perform live. The anticipation was building to a fever pitch. It was clear that this was no ordinary preseason game. The stakes felt higher, the energy more intense. Everyone knew they were about to witness something special, something that would be talked about for years to come. It was a cultural event. The game had transcended sports, becoming a moment of shared excitement and community. It was a testament to the power of sports to bring people together and create unforgettable memories. The economic impact of Caitlin Clark's return to Iowa was substantial. Her presence on the court didn't just electrify fans, it also electrified the local economy. The sold-out game generated millions of dollars in revenue for the local economy. Hotels were fully booked, with some even reporting waiting lists. Restaurants were overflowing, with lines stretching out the doors as fans and visitors flocked to the area. Local businesses experienced a surge in sales. Shops selling team merchandise saw their shelves emptying rapidly, while other retailers enjoyed increased foot traffic and higher sales volumes. The high demand for tickets also led to a significant increase in ticket prices on the secondary market. Scalpers and resellers found themselves in a lucrative position as fans were willing to pay top dollar to witness the spectacle. Some tickets were being sold for more than tickets to the NBA Finals. This unprecedented demand highlighted the immense draw of Caitlin Clark and the excitement she brought to the sport. This illustrated the incredible value that Clark brought to the WNBA. Her ability to attract such large crowds and generate significant revenue underscored her importance not just as a player, but as a key economic driver. Beyond the immediate economic benefits, the game also generated invaluable media exposure for Iowa City and the state of Iowa. News outlets from across the country covered the event, bringing national attention to the region. The national spotlight was on Carver-Hawkeye Arena. The venue, already iconic in its own right, became a focal point for basketball fans everywhere. Millions tuned in to watch the game on television. The broadcast reached households far and wide, further amplifying the impact of the event. Iowa was showcased as a basketball-loving state. The enthusiasm and support from the local community were evident, painting a picture of a region deeply passionate about the sport. Caitlin Clark's return to Iowa was more than just a basketball game. It was a homecoming celebration. Fans lined the streets to welcome her back. They wore shirts with her name and jersey number. They chanted "CLARK, CLARK." The atmosphere was electric. It felt like a holiday. Everyone was caught up in the excitement. Clark had united the state of Iowa. She had given them something to believe in. For Clark, the experience was both humbling and exhilarating. She had always felt a deep connection to her home state. Now, she was back where it all began. She was ready to put on a show for the fans who had supported her from the start. Electrifying atmosphere. The Roar of Carver-Hawkeye. Carver-Hawkeye Arena was rocking. The energy was palpable. The crowd was deafening. This was one of the most electrifying venues in women's basketball. On this night, it was transformed into a cauldron of noise and excitement. From the moment Clark stepped onto the court, the crowd erupted. They roared their approval with every basket she scored. They gasped in awe at her pinpoint passes. They marveled at her court vision and basketball IQ. The atmosphere was contagious. Even the Brazilian national team players seemed to be caught up in the moment. They were playing against more than just an opponent. They were playing against a phenomenon. Bridging two worlds, college star to WNBA prodigy. The Indiana Fever game at Carver-Hawkeye Arena was a unique moment in women's basketball history. It was a rare instance where a player's college and professional careers intersected in such a dramatic fashion. Clark had become a legend during her time at the University of Iowa. She had shattered records. She had won numerous awards. She had led the Hawkeyes to the national championship game. Now, she was embarking on her WNBA career. She was joining a league filled with the best players in the world. The expectations were high, but Clark seemed unfazed by the pressure. She was ready to embrace the challenge. A legacy in the making. Clark's impact on women's basketball. Caitlin Clark's influence on women's basketball extends far beyond her on-court accomplishments. She has become a role model for young girls all over the world. She has inspired a new generation of players. Clark's impact is evident in the growing popularity of women's basketball. Attendance at games is up. Television ratings are soaring. Young girls are flocking to the sport in record numbers. Clark is a once-in-a-generation talent. She has the ability to elevate the sport to new heights. She is a global icon. She is a force for change. She is the future of women's basketball. The future is bright, inspiring the next generation. The sellout crowd at Carver-Hawkeye Arena was a sea of young faces. Girls and boys looked up to Caitlin Clark. They wore her jersey with pride. They dreamed of one day following in her footsteps. Clark's impact on the next generation is immeasurable. She has shown them that anything is possible. She has broken down barriers. She has given them a reason to believe. The future of women's basketball is bright. With Clark leading the way, the sport is poised for unprecedented growth and popularity. She is a role model. She is an inspiration. She is a game changer. A new era, the WNBA's rising tide. The Indiana Fever's preseason game in Iowa was a sign of the times. Women's basketball is on the rise. The WNBA is experiencing a surge in popularity. Players like Caitlin Clark are driving this growth. Clark's marketability and star power are undeniable. She has the ability to transcend the sport. She is a global icon. She is a brand. She is a force to be reckoned with. The WNBA is entering a new era, an era of excitement, an era of growth, an era of opportunity, and Caitlin Clark is at the forefront of it all.